You're watching E.T.N. Entertainment-related new, entertainment-related discussion. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're gonna talk some Godzilla. And while we do have a great big Godzilla stream planned for tomorrow night, I definitely wanted to talk a little bit about what we hope, what we pray to see at Comic-Con, and very exciting. Now, this list of 5 is in no particular order, but I think it's a safe bet that all of us have at least one thing on this list that we can agree with in terms of what we hope to see. So let's start with the big one. Let's not waste any time. We all hope to see a trailer. That's one thing for sure. I know I hope to see one. You know you hope to see one. Truthfully, we probably will not. That's not to say they won't have one or they won't have some sort of teaser, but the chances of us seeing it are probably slim to none. So that's one thing we hope to see. That's the biggie. It would be great. You know, even if we don't get to see it, we'll have some people there that maybe will record it or at least give us some detailed information as to what they witnessed. But definitely a trailer is probably on the top of the list for everybody. Another thing we want at Comic-Con for Godzilla 2019, aka Godzilla King of the Monsters, is a little bit more detail about the characters. Like, one thing I love doing, I did it back in 2014. I started doing it now for God knows whatever reason. It probably wasn't a great idea now that I look back at it because there was so little information. But characters, I want to learn more about the characters, at least a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to learn everything, but I want at least some kind of information as to what these characters are, what their roles might be, who is the main characters. There are people saying that, you know, it's going to be O'Shea Jackson, and it's going to be some. So I definitely want to get down to who the characters are going to be. I would love to update my character profile videos and discuss and speculate even more based on having at least some kind of foundation of information on the characters. So I think that's something we all want as well. I think a lot of people kind of want to know more about the characters. So let's see. It's definitely one that's on my list. Maybe a little bit of story. How does this link to the first movie? How much time has passed? Is it a true sequel? Is it an off sequel where, yes, it's the same universe, it's not the same characters, even though we have some of the same characters and whatnot? How closely are they linked together? You know, a lot of this detailed information we're not going to get, but if we can get a little bit, just a little something to kind of get our teeth into and talk more about and get excited about. I would love to learn more about the story details as well. I know we're not going to get everything, but I would definitely love a little something. Another thing, viral marketing, okay? And now, in some ways, this has almost started already. Again, we'll talk about this more tomorrow. But to quickly reference that the Twitter for, I believe it was Monarch, took all their posts down, and that was probably the start of something big. Will we see that really take off and kick into gear at Comic-Con? I hope so. That would be a lot of fun. It would definitely be, the viral marketing for the last movie was really good. In fact, it was somewhat too good. A lot of us, including myself, dove really deep into it, only to find out the movie was not as deep as we had hoped. And a lot of the mystery involved and surrounded the Monarch. And we really didn't get too much about Monarch the first time around. That was one of the things outside of the whole monster and Godzilla thing that interests me the most. So I'm hoping we learn more about that this time. I believe we will. If Kong Skull Island is anything to say about Monarch, I think that was a little taste of things to come. And I think we're going to get a good portion of that in the Godzilla movie. So, yeah, and then finally, a poster. I know it sounds simple, right? A poster. Every movie, when it's about to come out, has a poster. I want to see what the new Godzilla poster is going to be. Is it going to be something with a logo? Is it going to be something with Godzilla in it? Is it going to show some kind of silhouette of all the monsters? You know, and again, and that's already 5. I didn't even talk about information regarding the other 3 monsters, maybe a glimpse of what they look like, maybe some sort of silhouette that we can get an idea of what they're going to be, or or not what they're going to be, but necessarily how they're going to look. How different is their design going to be compared to their Japanese counterparts? So we don't know. And look, a lot of these things we're not going to get. And if we do get them, it's going to be on a very small scale. It's going to be very, very minimal details. They're not going to give us everything at once. The movie's a year away. And, you know, if there's one thing that I got to say that they probably learned from the first movie is that the slow buildup and the slow pace leading to the release is effective. It really is. It had us. I mean, think about how long we were talking about Godzilla 2014. How many months and months we kept talking and speculating. And during that whole time, they were just trickling out details little by little. And at times, it wasn't even by their choice. It was just leaks. But those leaks, even though they didn't like them, worked to their advantage, right? Got us all excited. So I don't see anything too different coming around this time. So that is why, even though these are 5 things, hell, even 6, because I did mention a poster, which I think we'll definitely get a poster. That's one thing. But even mentioning these things, we're only going to get, we might get a little bit of all of it. We might get a little bit of some of it. But whatever we get is going to be, first of all, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun to finally talk about. But most of all, it's not going to be much. It's going to be enough to get you to salivate. It's going to be enough to start a conversation. It's going to be enough to get your mind running wild. And then that's when everything's going to take off again. We'll be talking about it through the summer. We'll get a full-fledged trailer somewhere close to the winter. And then the new year hits, and then we're off and running for months on months until the movie comes out. And let me tell you something, guys. It's going to go by slow, but it's going to go by quick at the same time. You know, we're going to want it. We're going to want it. We're going to want it. But it'll be here before you know it. That's the great thing. It'll be here before you know it. So I'm looking forward to Comic-Con. I'm not going to be able to watch it, but I'm going to be paying close attention to the panels and the schedule, anything that's online that you can watch. I know IGN a lot of times tends to go ahead and air some of that stuff, but we also know that a lot of the things that happen in Hall H are not aired to the public. They're just exclusive for people who are there, and a lot of times they get leaked. Hopefully, they decide to release something to the people there exclusively, and then maybe at least a week later, 2 weeks later, we get to see it. I don't know. We'll see. That's been a little bit more of a common practice lately. I'm hoping that's something they do with Godzilla, but who knows, man. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are those some of the things you want to see? Are there something else that you might want to see that I've missed? If so, let me know in the comments below. Until tomorrow night, we'll have a very, very exciting live stream. Don't forget to be there, 9 p.m. It's an all Godzilla live stream. That's all we're going to discuss, and it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Or you can click here to become an E.T.N. patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.